up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and with me as always is the lovely
Tifftastic.
That's right. And today we are bringing you guys something kind of different, kind of special. We're only about 12 years late on this trailer reaction video.
But that's okay, better late than never.
That's right. But now, this may be something that may be new for a lot of you. But then I know a lot of you out there are nerds just like us, so a lot of you probably already know this, so you've already seen it, and we would love to hear what you guys think about it. But that is, of course, the Aquaman or Mercy Reef pilot episode that was going to air back in the early 2000s. Yes. That was supposed to be kind of a loose spin-off of Smallville, created by the same creators of Smallville. Tiff, we just watched this.
Yes.
We just watched this. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually show you the trailer, do a trailer reaction video, and then we're going to review the only episode, which was the pilot episode, and talk about that a little bit. Now, here's the interesting thing. Who starred as Aquaman in this, Tiff?
Justin Hartley, who some of you may remember him from Smallville.
That's right. And who was he on Smallville?
He was Green Arrow.
That's right. And there's this weird combination. I do like how DC
has intertwined a lot of their actors.
They do. They bring back actors, especially in Superman. In Superman lore, they bring back a lot of people. But they do this because you got Justin Hartley, who originally played Aquaman in this show. Later got hired when the show didn't get picked up. He later got hired to be Green Arrow on Smallville. And then Smallville said, well, yeah, we're going to go ahead and cast somebody to play Aquaman. We're going to have Aquaman on here anyway. So they cast somebody to play Aquaman. And that guy now is on Titans as Hawk from Hawk and Dove. And then, of course, we got Stephen Amell as Arrow, right? So it's like
6 degrees of separation.
It's like all this nerds. Aquaman, it's like green and orange, and it's all tied up together, and it still talks to fish, no matter how you look at it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch the trailer. You can find this here on YouTube. We'll go ahead and put a link down in the description so you can watch this trailer. And then also, you can actually find this. We're watching this. We watched this on the DC Universe because we have the DC Universe, and they just added this. And this is something I've always wanted to see. But on YouTube, you can find it, but it's kind of chopped up into pieces. So if you want to do it that way, you can. We just watched it on the DC Universe so that we watched the whole thing all the way through and didn't have to search for it and do all that stuff. But you can find it. So I do suggest that you do take a watch because if you're a diehard DC fan, this is a must.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it to be able to say that you saw it, all right, at least once. All right, so here we go with the Aquaman trailer. A different kind.
My son's story begins in the ocean, a place full of secrets.
It's also the mom's voice from Smallville.
He was born in the darkest reaches of the sea.
Sure does sound like an Edo tool.
I hope to teach him the ways of the world, how to lead a good life and become a good man. But then, I was taken from him. You live with your life.
I see. Look, you're under arrest for breaking and entering. You want to know the real reason why I feed those dolphins? Because that's all I could recall today.
Are you saying you can talk to fish now?
Yeah, I've been holding my breath for 5 minutes to being able to breathe underwater. I can swim faster than a cigarette or a full throttle. I explained that.
All these files contain pictures of people who have vanished in the Bermuda Triangle.
It's very Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Should you join us, Lieutenant? Help unlock the mysteries of the Triangle.
I remember the day your mother's plane went down.
Who are you?
In exile like you and your mother.
Exile from where?
Atlantis.
Say hi to Captain Nemo and the Little Mermaid for me?
You can't run away from your true calling, Orin.
So if Atlantis exists, then how come no deep sea probe has been able to discover it?
Because it's cloaked in a shroud no modern technology can penetrate. The Bermuda Triangle. If you look hard and long enough into the deep, something's going to start looking back. Nightmares.
Oh, that's reassuring. Thanks a lot.
Aquaman. All right, so there's the trailer. So Tiff, we just watched this.
Yes.
We just watched this thing. Why don't you tell us all who was in this this series?
Well, we obviously had Justin Hartley, who played Aquaman. We also had one of our favorites, Adrienne Palicki.
Yes.
She's in Orville right now, but she was also in S.H.I.E.L.D., and she's gone back as far as Smallville, where she played some cameos.
Yeah.
We have Ving Rhames, who played McCaffrey, which is also the one that seemed like he would have ended up training him.
Yeah, kind of like Willem Dafoe did
Yes.
in the Aquaman movie.
But we also had, what's his name? Lou Diamond Phillips, who played Tom Curry, and kind of had a very similar look that they ended up playing in the new movie, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, very much had a similar look to Tamara Morrison. Yeah. For
and
sure.
then we had some no-namers or people that I haven't seen since then, but they were making, and some of their acting kind of proved why we don't see them anymore. But
yeah, so Justin Hartley definitely stands out.
Yes.
On this show, and rightfully so.
And so does Adrienne.
Yeah, and that's why obviously he went on to better things, and
Her as well.
Yeah, and got to be on Smallville, and then Adrienne Palicki, you know, she's gone on to other things. She was in G.I. Joe as Lady J. You know, she's done a lot of really cool stuff. But the other people, I mean, besides the bigger names are in, it's like Ving Rhames, obviously, and Lou Diamond Phillips and things like that. Yeah, acting was rough. Little rough. But I gotta say, you know, this was this was kind of like a guilty pleasure thing. I don't know if it would have if they had actually. Well. I don't know if it would have done well.
I was interested to see what they might have done with Atlantis.
Yeah.
Or if they would have even shown it.
Yeah, you know what it looked like to me. You remember I don't know if you remember the show Superboy, that was on the late '80s, early '90s. It was a syndication type of show, and they used to do that. You would see like a show like this that wouldn't be on an actual network, but they'd put it into syndication, so it'd come on in the afternoon or something like that. And you know, Superboy was like that.
Maybe that's where it would have done well or something.
Yeah, and that's kind of how this looks. The special effects, there were actually some things that were pretty decent.
The mermaid stuff was kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was very cool animation.
There were some things
except for the bad like piranha teeth.
Yeah, there were some things that looked good, and then there were some things that looked really, really bad. Him swimming.
Yeah.
Looked really, really cheesy.
Not as good as Momoa does in the new movie.
No. But you know, Justin Hartley did have the classic Aquaman
comic book look
to him. He definitely had that look going. They wanted to open it up. If you watch this, and there's some spoilers for it. So we will talk about that a little bit. They kind of wanted to.
We're 12 years late from this.
Yeah, exactly. If we can't do spoilers now, I don't know when we can. But so they were trying to open it up by the end of that pilot.
Yeah. To
kind of create this mystery and mystique about Atlantis and the government, and there were people who had lived. You know, way back in the past, they had like pictures of these people like in olden times and stuff. It almost kind of reminded me of The Shining, right? It was like these pictures of olden time, but yet like they were still alive because they had disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, and so they showed them again, and then there's who was the pilot, the lady pilot, who I said looked like Jennifer Lopez.
I'm not sure who that... Oh, Lieutenant Rachel Torres, who was played by Denise Quinones.
Yes, so she reminded me a lot of Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez?
Yes, and so she was one of those characters that they saw her back in like the 40s or the 50s, and then she was back, and they, so it was like this question. So the government was involved, and they're trying to figure it out. Now, Justin Hartley's Aquaman is kind of an environmentalist. Right, a lot more on the environmentalist.
He's a diver off the Florida Keys, and just thought that's why his calling was to be in that area.
We find that he frees some dolphins in this.
Because they were calling to him.
Yes, they were calling to him, and then there's
a weird sort of empathy.
Yes, there's the line that's in the trailer there. So now you could talk to fish. So that joke's been around for quite a while.
He doesn't go by Arthur Curry. He goes by AC.
Goes by AC, and here's something interesting.
Not AC Slater.
Here's something interesting. AC Slater. So here's something interesting, and that is the fact that obviously, if you've seen the Aquaman movie, Orn is his brother's. It's
yeah,
his brother's
I thought it was
name.
Orm.
Orm. Yeah,
O-R-M.
Orm. Yeah. What did they call him?
Orin.
Did they call him Orin? Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. Now I'm not. I know a little bit about Aquaman lore because I was thinking that they were calling him Orm, but now that you just said that,
it was Orin.
It was Orin, wasn't it? Yeah. So I guess it's a different thing because I kept kind of getting
Unless
that
there's
confused.
something in the comics. If there is, you guys can tell us down
Yeah.
there if there's a difference in name change over time.
Because I never really read Aquaman comics. I mean, my extent of reading the comics was kind of when it crossed over with Superman or Batman or some of the other Justice League stuff like that that I read. But I didn't read Aquaman
In its
proper.
entirety.
You know, I read a little bit of the of like when he lost his hand, you know, stuff like that. But that was kind of it. But
Did he get hooked?
my wife, ladies and gentlemen. So, but yeah, so this was interesting because, like, yeah, he's got this environmentalist thing where he's mad that there's a group of guys who went fishing and caught a.
Because he sees a marlin that was hanging upside down and bleeding out, and he wanted to beat them up and end up in jail.
I know. So yeah, he does end up in jail
He's
for
like the
freeing
Lorax,
dolphins.
only he speaks for the fishes.
He speaks for the fishes. So you know, so there's that kind of environmental kind of thing going on here, and there was a lot of action.
Yeah.
It was pretty well paced.
Action packed for a 1 hour. You know.
Yeah, I thought it was well paced. I thought that part of it was well done.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it was on a low budget. Obviously, it's a pilot, so usually pilots are a little slower. They're a little different. But overall, I mean, I enjoyed it.
I did too. I thought there was more, and so I'm kind of bummed now that was it.
Yeah, that was it. But it was kind of a nice little surprise that when I popped open the
DC streaming
DC universe today, and I saw that was in there, and I said, you know what, we got to watch that because I've always wanted to watch
Yes.
it, and like I said, I just never
did.
wanted to track it down here on YouTube, but you can, and if you do, or if you have the DC universe, watch it. And if you have seen this, because I know that there's been other ways to see it over time.
What did you guys think?
What did you guys think
What
of
did
it?
you not like? What did you like? Did you like Justin Hartley as the Aquaman?
Yes. Do you think that this would have succeeded like Smallville did at the time? Or do you think that this would have died a miserable death 20,000 leagues under the sea? What do you think? Leave your comment down in the comment section, all right? Or also find us at any one of our
Social
media handles. And hey, guess what? For the first time, I get to announce to you, there is an official Poindexter Lounge Instagram. That's right. Now, Poindexter Lounge is on Facebook. We're here on YouTube. We are on Twitter. And, of course, we are on Instagram. And then, of course, we have our own Instagrams, and those are all down there in Twitter. And you can find us.
The Book of Face.
That's right. You can find us at all those places. And if you do that, check this out. This month, we still have our contest going. Now, Tiff goes by Tifftastic here, but you also go by
Grandtifftarkin.
That's right, for all you Star Wars nerds. All right, so this right here is a Grandtifftarkin custom Black Series action figure. I blocked you out there for a second. All right, custom Black Series action figure. Look, she's got her own little story and bio here on the back.
That's personal to me.
That's right. She's got, look, it says Grandtifftarkin right there. Grandtifftarkin on the side even. And of course, if you look really closely, look, there she is. It's Grandtifftarkin, along with her picture and everything. And so this is a special one. This is Tiff's. This is one that I gave to her for Christmas. And of course, I will have one because if you make an action figure of your wife, gotta have one. But one lucky viewer can have this as well. That's right. All you got to do is go ahead and subscribe, hit notifications, like this this video, and leave a comment. And then if you really want an extra chance, just that little extra chance to win something, go to our social media, leave a message, and let us know that you are interested in the figure, all right? That's right. Now, this is available. We're gonna say pretty much in the United States, because we don't want to get into international shipping because it might be too much. But hey, there you go. If you're interested in that, go ahead and do all the things. All right, guys. Well, until next time, I just got to say, Tiffany, what would you give this this pilot episode 1 through 5? 1 out of 5.
I would say about a 3.5, 4.
Really?
It was. I was entertained. I liked the story. I liked where I could follow it. I thought the animation-ish, the stuff with the mermaids, that kind of stuff was cool. But it wasn't like Smallville good. But you could tell it had Smallville-esque feelings, the way that the music was, the way that the transitions and the animation were. So
yeah. So looking at it now, I would probably give it a 3.
For what it is from back then.
Yeah. Looking at it now, I'd probably give it a 3. But for what it was then, for where things were at that point,
what came out of it,
I gotta give it a 3.5. It was fun. It was definitely worth watching, and I'm
glad that we did.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did. All right, guys. Until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, along with the lovely
Tifftastic
or
Grandtifftarkin.
That's right, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.